Okay, so it's April 29, 2026, and once again, Mr. Perry has ruined a perfectly good day. He ruins everything good. He takes up all kinds of time, and can't figure out why nobody will give him the name of my boss. He's been trying to find him to get me fired. Right now, my boss just wants to kick his ass. That's all he's thinking right now. Definitely not considering firing me. Right now, he wants to kick Mr. Perry's ass. Okay, so Mr. Perry, once again, we literally in this podcast of yesterday, the murder frame.
Okay, it's April 28, 2026. We got to repeat.
Say the murder frame up. Remember, we've talked about this again and again and again and again and over and over and over. You repeat yourself talking about framing me for a murder. We repeat ourselves talking about you talking about framing me for a murder. You repeat yourself talking about having a targeted pullover. We repeat ourselves talking about you talking about a targeted pullover. She just needs to call me. I think we found a way to make this work. You're a fucking inbred, aren't you? Okay, we already know, dumbass. We've already talked about it, ding dong. Okay, we already know. Everybody knows. Okay, I don't know who you think you're fooling. You're the only buffoon here. Okay, everybody else gets it. They got caught planning a targeted pullover. That's illegal. We said it in this podcast yesterday. The only way you could do that is by illegal means. You're a peeper creeper, a creepy peeper, right? You're a pervert, and you watch me in my house against my will. So you see if I'm going to go to the gym, or if I ran out of coffee and I'm going to go get more coffee, or if I ran out of milk and I'm going to go get more milk, and you have a pretty good, because you're stalking me, have a pretty good idea which stores I buy what at, and when I'm going to go to the work or the gym or wherever based on how I'm dressed and I'm getting ready to go somewhere, and you're sitting there watching me get dressed in my house against my will, which I consider rape. To me, it's rape. You make me feel raped. I told you to get out, didn't I? Okay, I told you owe me $3,000 a day for putting me through that. $3,000 a day. I don't have a letter from your attorney that says we are disputing the bill. I don't have it. I told you if you keep doing it, you consent to pay the bill, and that's what we mean. Okay, we're not kidding. We mean that. Okay, you don't have a name. I have 114 now. Okay, you're not winning this. I know you think you are. You think a lot of things, Mr. Perry. None of it's real, and it has nothing to do with what we're doing. We get the intel either way. Okay. So, I told you to give back what you took. You just contacted me again, and I asked you not to contact me, didn't I? So, don't contact me. Okay? The reason we get a lot of intel out of your unwanted contact is because I fucking hate it. I don't want to hear from you. I don't give two shits what you think. I don't give a fuck what you want. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to help you. And you continue to harass and threaten me all damn day, and then ask for information. Okay, so you're going to pay for that. You always have. That gets me intel because we want you to stop it. Just stop. Control yourself and stop. Stop doing the things that don't even benefit you. Stop doing the things that inflame. I don't want to hear from you. I moved 2 times so that never again would I have to hear your whiny, stupid-ass voice. I don't want to hear from you. Why can't you get that? I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you, and I sure as fuck don't want to help you, and I'm never going to call you. I will never call you. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to you. I said fuck off and get off my back. And that's what I mean. You need to act like you understand what I just said. Act like you understood me. Act like you understand me. You don't have a choice. You really don't. Literally just talked about the pullover here. You gotta be watching a voyeurism, with your creepy peeper cameras, and watch me leave the house and kind of have some idea where I'm going to know what street I'm driving down to have me pulled over. And there's no way you could do that by legal means. There's no possible way. Gordy, Calvin, Gregory, Bo, Al, Sam, Richard, Dickie, Lucius. Which one is the one that sits there on the phone? Here's the street she's going down now. Here's the street she's going down now. We hear you. I'm just not told who I'm listening to. So which one of you does that? Which one of you does that? For the record, tell the judges that you go whine and sob in front of like you think you're the victim? Which one of you is on the phone where I can hear you here? She's going down this street and she's going down that street, and I can zigzag around all of that. We get the help because you're pissing people off doing that to me, and you get told on because you're pissing people off doing that to me. Okay? It's never going to change. The more you do it, the more pissed off everybody gets. What day is Mike going to take that into court, get into a judge, get a arrest warrant signed for you, and you're gone finally? Thank God they're gone. He's arrest you. We're done. What day will that be? Okay, people are chomping at the bit for that day to come. Everybody is. That you guys are gone, and there's no more. It's over, once and for all. And Charles and his creepy club are not around to ruin the day anymore. Not around to ruin my, coffee, or shampoo, or lotion, or whatever it is you think you're going to ruin, toothpaste. You're gone. You're done. I will ever be broke again. Listen, I don't do broke. I don't do ghetto. I don't do broke. I do not do ghetto. We've told you over and over, if you wanted my guys to call you and help you, there's not a lot they can do at this point because it's been too many problems for too long. But they'll see what they can do, and they were willing to at least make a phone call to you, but not if I'm broke. I don't do broke. Okay, now I told you I'm in a committed relationship with one of them, and that's really none of your business, and you're not going to butt into that. He's making sure you don't butt into that. Okay, it's none of your business. But he's also made the commitment to be very helpful and very kind to people who are very helpful and kind to me, and make those who are mean to me for you, their lives are about to become a living hell, because you made my life a living hell, and he is pissed. He is extremely pissed off. That is not what we do to women. Okay, you put your fucking doll down, tough guy, and face me like a man and threaten me to my face if you're going to threaten me. And show the world how tough you are picking on a woman. Okay, right now you're just hiding behind, you're just sissy. You're just prissy pants. You're sitting there hiding behind your telephone and your computer, and you threatening me, and you think that makes you tough? How does that make you tough? Okay? You're not tough hiding behind stuff. Drugs, poison, TV, computer. You just did it again. I can see you. He just typed in my other phone, I can see you. Yep. Did I not just say that, guys? I think I just said that. I think I did just say he's a peeping Tom, did I not? That is a crime, and it's nasty, and it's vulgar, and it's rape. And you act like you think it's a trophy. Yeah, there's something wrong with you. You're psychotic. Anyway, people aren't gonna, you see everybody ducking and running for cover with Jeff Epstein. You think they're going to put their name out there for you? That you're any different than Jeff? How are you different than Jeff Epstein? I don't know. I don't know how you guys rationalize. So we got that literally yesterday we're talking about the pullover, the targeted pullovers. Like this one's from August 31st, 2025, and I was told they had this guy says they got a whole bunch of Texas Rangers sitting at the Hard Rock waiting to basically ambush you in a pullover. And I think they did it again, tried it again on Admiral, and they had a plane waiting at the airport. So it was like at Admiral and someplace, where I would usually go to work on that street, driving down that street. And the pilot calls back and he says, "Where's Cindy? I'm on the runway waiting for her. I'm ready to take off. I've been cleared for takeoff." And he said, "She's halfway to work. She's not coming." Well, how'd that happen? Well, every contact, every problem, every loss, they get more intel. So she knows what to do. So she drove all the way down on 21st Street. All the way about halfway to work, and then jumped on the freeway. Well, how'd she know to do that? Well, every problem, every loss, every contact, every second hurt, he peeps and creeps. She gets more intel out of that. Every time he threatens her, every time he causes a problem, every day she's broke, every day she gets more intel. So she knows to do that. And he can't kidnap her with a pullover using taxpayer money to do it. So that didn't work, and then this one didn't either. They had a truck sitting in the turn bay where she normally turns off the main highway on her way home, so that she wouldn't do that this time. They wanted her on the highway. They wanted her pulled over. They wanted her pulled off the freeway down at the Hard Rock, and they were going to had a bunch of Texas Rangers. About 6 of them are corrupt like Charles. They're his bitch. That's the best they can do in their career in law enforcement. So they bend over, and they're the bitch of a sex weirdo, and they're all waiting down there for her. and they were going to ambush her. But she found out again, every contact, every problem, every loss. Every time I got to repeat, every day I'm not with my son, every day that I'm broke. We find out before, and then I know what to do. So that was another one. Okay? So last night they sat there and bullshitted themselves again, and maybe we can make it work this time. I'm sure I can make, even though she just talked about it again. She's talked about it many times. We think we can make it work, and nobody will suspect a thing. We're that stupid. We're buffoons. We think everybody else is as buffoon as we are. So, are you inbred, or what's your deal? Yeah, I don't do stupid. I don't do broke, I don't do stupid, I don't do creepy. And I don't do cruel. And I don't do murderer. And I don't do baby killer. And I don't do cop killer. And I don't do guy who is keeping me from my son. You try to kill him too. Okay, prove my son's not in the hospital at Presbyterian in Albuquerque. Prove that. You know how you prove that? Not by slandering me, not by getting me kicked out of my home, not by having my ex-husband threaten me. I'm going to make you homeless. I'm not going to pay your rent anymore. I'm not going to pay your bills for you anymore. I'm going to be mean to you, and I'm going to be an asshole for them, for you, to you. If you try to help our son live, if you try to get to him, if you talk about what they're doing to him, if you try to keep him alive, I'm gonna threaten you for them. I'm gonna harass you for them. Don't do that. Just have them get him on Facebook. FaceTime. See, we're gonna prove it wrong. We're gonna prove you're wrong. Okay, the cops helping you are lying to you. We're gonna prove that. We're gonna get him on FaceTime. He's fine. He's in LA. And prove it on fact. Not by cruelty, not by threats and intimidation. And that's what you did, and it causes me to rest when he acts like that for you. Somebody said he's not, Mr. Ortiz doesn't seem to understand he's not coming across as somebody impressive. He's coming across as a narcissist. And he's very hateful. And I'm not impressed with that. I'm not sure anybody's impressed with that. But the thing is, I'm not sure if he's doing that on his own or if Charles and David are making him do that. Or Gordy. Doesn't he talk to y'all three? Mr. Perry, every contact gives me more information, so your plan doesn't work. I don't want to hear from you at all. It's intended to deter your contact because I don't want to hear from you at all. Okay, the reason that we get more intel when you contact me is because I don't want to hear from you at all. I don't want to hear it. And you never shut up. I don't want to hear from you. You've harassed me constantly all day long. You've bothered me constantly all day long. I don't want to hear from you at all. I don't want to help you. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. When you ask me for information, I get information, not you. Fuck you. Put your doll down, bitch. Pussy, put your doll down and face me like a man and threaten me to my face. And get out of my phone and threaten me to my face. Put your doll down and threaten me to my face. Show the world how tough you are threatening a woman. Okay? Who rejected you because you're nasty. You're a turnoff, you're skank. Okay? To my face, or not at all. Shut up. You need to get off my back. Okay? Get off my back. Get off my back. Go home to your family and fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. So, he basically sat and bullshitted himself all night and got caught again is what he did. We think we go ahead and do the pullover. I think we can make that work and nobody will suspect a thing. I'm a country bumpkin inbred. Even though she just talked about it yesterday, let's try it anyway. I'm a country bumpkin inbred. Yeah, you are. Okay, so literally we just talked about it and here he's planning to do it again today. So it is duly noted for the record yet again. It's like 900 of them. 900 times, you guys. They tried to do this ambush. They did have a truck sitting in the turn bay one night, and I just went around it. I just went around everything they were trying to do. So that's how this works. Every contact, every problem, every loss of my privacy, loss of time with my son when he needs me the most. You guys are getting charged with an obstruction and about 10 other things, he said, for every day I'm not with my son. And there's one reason why you would want to keep me from talking to my son or helping me, letting me help him get better at Presbyterian in Albuquerque or wherever he is. And that would be, our intel is good and you don't want me to find that out. You don't want me to confirm that by actually seeing him. So, who all is responsible for the condition that he's in now? His dad? Does he bear some responsibility? The judges, do they bear some responsibility? Gabaldon and Gonzalez, who are those people? I don't know those people. But the more nasty you got me and my ex-husband be to me, the more we got those names out of that. Okay, you pay for it with intel, and you know that. We've told you that. You got full disclosure. Every contact, every problem, every loss, every time I got to repeat myself, every day I'm broke, every day I'm not with my son, and you don't have a name and I do. 114 to your nothing. You should repulse everybody that bad with the stuff you're doing. You repulse everybody. Everybody wants y'all gone once and for all. They want you gone. We get the help with that. Nobody's helping you interfere with that. Okay, it shouldn't take 15 years for you to understand all this. People don't like what you're doing. They want you stopped once and for all. They want you stopped once and for all. Now they have an option. They don't have to do what you say. They have another option. It's been that way 15 years. Okay? Everybody's sick of this. Everybody's sick of you. Get out of my life. Get the fuck off my back. I'm not going to be trafficked. I'm not going to go with you. You want to kidnap me, hold me hostage, false imprison me, and have me raped so you can get rich. And we've already talked about this. It's duly noted for the record. You're caught. And I said no. Okay? Quit hiding behind a computer and a phone to threaten me. Don't hide behind any other person. Not my ex-husband, not my family, not my kids, not the cops. You man up. You put your fucking little doll down. Take your damn dress off, sissy, prissy pants, and threaten me to my face. Don't hide behind poison and drugs. You don't hide behind anything, coward. You face me like a man and you threaten me to my face. You're going to have to stand 500 feet away or the guys will take your head off. And if they don't get to you, I will. I'll take your head off. But at least yell it so the world can see how tough guy you are picking on a little old granny, all you men. Okay? We want to make sure everybody sees how tough you are when you threaten and harass a woman who rejected you and moved on. And you're just pathetic and weak and stupid. And you can't keep up with the rest of society who is civilized. And so you act like a troll. And you'll never do any better. You never have. So we get more. And then more. And then more. We've told you first it was, you want to talk to us in March 2020? We heard you're calling around looking to fire her. I'll talk to you. But not if you're invading her privacy. Not if you're causing problems and loss for her. Not if you're contacting her. And not if she's broke. Not going to happen. I'll make sure you get the runaround. You're going to call and everybody's going to tell you the same thing. And you're not going to know who's lying to you and who's telling you the truth until I tell you. Until it's too fucking late for you. And that is all there is to it. Now, that was in March 2020. That was 6 years ago. And then here comes the enticements. We'll get you a real estate license. You can get a nursing degree. No, I don't want that. And there's not a quid pro quo here. You owe me money. Okay, I'm not going to be your pimped out for you. I don't have to. I don't have to. You owe me money. I said no. Absolutely not. No. I want nothing to do with you. And you need to man up and get some dignity and class and move the fuck on. Okay? And, or I'm going to fuck you up. Watch this. Watch this. We'll get more. You're going to give back what you took from me. You're going to fix the problems you made for me. And you're going to get out of my life, you stupid little fuck reject. Or we're going to get more and we're going to do it for you ourselves. Well, what is this? This is more. This is more. Gabaldon, Gonzalez, Nikki, Gerard. That's more. Dr. Preston Matthews. Well, I just heard you say Preston Matthews. I had to Google him. Oh, he's a doctor in Albuquerque at Presbyterian where Dennis is. Or they tell me Dennis is. If he's not there, get him on FaceTime and prove it. On fact. Don't slander me. We just want to say she's crazy. Okay? But the best way you say I'm crazy is prove it on fact. Am I crazy or did somebody lie to me? Which one is it, dumb fuck? You tell us. You know everything. Is somebody lying to me or am I crazy? Is my son in the hospital at Presbyterian because you tried to murder him again and again and again and again and again and again? And if you could do it right now and get away with it, you try again. Yes or no? Yes or no? You think people are going to help you when you do shit like that? He's 25. How old are you? How many of you are there? Gordy, you're the one that did it, aren't you? You and Jacob. Are you guys the one that gave him the bong that was full of turpentine? Or how many times have you gone it? Is David the one that twisted his arm? And beat him upside the head? Which ones of you did it? Charles, if you contact me, I'm going to find out. Gordy, Gonzalez. I don't know Gordy. I get a name every time you sit there and bother me. You bother me, I get names. You don't get any. You trying to help us? See, we got 9.5 million to your none. We have 114 names to your nothing. We have 28 of your code words to your nothing. And that's because of what you've done to me. Are you trying to help us get that, or what are you trying to do here? So, because he started offering enticements, I was like, no to the enticements and no to the bribes. You can shove all that right up your ass. You're going to threaten me with jail. You're going to threaten me with murder. You're going to threaten me with homelessness and destitution. Do it to my face, okay? Don't be a pussy. Don't be a coward. You get out here and do it to my face. Do it in the parking lot and yell it so they don't shoot your head off. Because I'm giving you full disclosure. They will shoot your head off. You're not going to get close to me and not get your head blown right off. You want to try it and see? Do it. But let the world see how tough you guys are picking on a woman, okay? You want to come across as you're some strong, she's going to mind us. You got to see what we do to women that don't mind us. Show the world what you do to women who don't mind you. Old fart. Dickless. You little pussy, sissy ass, nothing. Show everybody what you do to women who don't mind you. But do it in front of the world so that everybody can see it. Or you're just a coward. And you're not tough. You're just some dickless piece of shit. Sissy. Little prissy pants, huh? You're weak and you're stupid and you're pathetic. And you're a nothing. So do it for everybody to see how tough you are. And quit hiding behind your computers and your phones. And your drugs and your poisons. And other people. My family, cops, anybody. Don't hide behind anyone at all. Or shut up. Or just shut up. And put your fucking doll down. Act like a man. What kind of grown men play with little girl toys? I mean, how embarrassing for you. Is that working for you? It's getting us intel. So it's like you guys keep kicking the soccer ball right in our goal. Every day, all day long. Just kick it right back in and right back in. When you contact me, when you cause a problem for me, when you take something from me, when you harass me all day, we get more and more and more and more. And now it's at 9.5 million, moving a lot really fast towards 10. Now it's 114 names. Now it's 28 code words. You got nothing. Not one name. Nobody will help you with that. They don't want to help you. They're distancing themselves from Jeff Epstein. What do you think you're any different than him? How are you different? How the fuck are you different? Huh? How are you different in your little pretend life? How are you different? What if we're not doing this to put you in jail? What are we doing it for in your little make-believe world? So we got all that. We got the conversation about well, we don't think that Mike Neely was. Chief Miller was actually the intended target. We think it was Mike Neely, that they were trying to kill him, and that Chief Miller started to see something was wrong with him, that he had been drugged and he needed some medical help, and he started trying to give him medical help. And they started yelling at him. They started probably manhandling him. And then the John guy comes to the door, so he goes and answers the door. But he wouldn't open it any bigger than 6 inches, just so you can see his face. You know why? He didn't want John seeing who else was in that room, and it wasn't just Mike. Because earlier, Mike had opened the door so that John could see every Hotel John, the maintenance guy. He could see both parties, both registered guests in the room, like he was laying on the bed by the window, he said, and Mike was standing at the door talking to him, looking for the remote. Earlier that night. So why is Lucky? What's he concealing? He was clearly hiding something. And nobody saw Mike at that time. It was like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock sometime. Nobody saw Mike in what condition was he in at that moment. But I'll tell you one thing. A drunk who's angry is going to be yelling and screaming. They would have heard him. They didn't hear a thing. There was no drunken brawl. So we heard the speculation. We think that actually Mike was the intended murder victim. But because Chief Miller flipped his shit, and they weren't counting on the fact that the neighbors were going to call and report something was wrong after they murdered both of them and murdered Chief Miller and thought Mike was probably going to die of the opioids pretty soon and walked off. And it had been a little longer, he may have, but they weren't counting on the neighbors, getting all disturbed and calling down to the front desk to have somebody check. Right? We got that over the last 2 weeks. We got your, I needed to put this QTAM thing out. Right? Over the last 2 weeks. You think you're tough? Peepin' pokin' pink panty, do you? Your people call you that. Peepin' pokin' pink panty pathetic. Why do you suppose they call you that? Your people. Charles, you explain it to the judge. That's not us talking, that's your people. Why do you suppose they make fun of you like that? Do you think maybe you need to get a life and get off your ass and go do something normal? And not just, you opened the door, they just walked in, dum-dum. Okay, you made it possible for them, you gave an opportunity for somebody to make fun of you. You like that? You think that's funny? I'd be embarrassed. I'd be very embarrassed if somebody made fun of me because I just don't have a life and that's all I do all day. And they're just pretty much making fun of you, what you do all day, right? I don't know. You tell us. I'm not sure what that's all about because we're not, I know what it's about because I heard the rest of that conversation. I'm not going to say it. It's not, as vulgar as I can get sometimes and trying to relate to criminals. I'm looking forward to them being in jail so I don't have to talk so vulgar because they don't understand June Cleaver. If you just try to talk normal, he goes right over their heads. They have no idea what you just said. They have not a clue. Listen, I'm not going to play that video again, but if you're a cop, you better fucking be able to identify stalking conduct or don't be a cop. It's not that hard. I've been telling Mr. Perry since 2014, fuck off and leave me alone, bitch. Okay? Nothing more pathetic than a little bitch who won't move on. Just rejected, failed, too stupid to move on. I gotta retaliate. Really? You know what success is? Moving on. Next. Success is moving on. You're a failure. That's all you are. That's all you've ever been. I'm gonna pull her over, have her call us. Nope. I will never call you, and you know that. I've made it very clear for a very, very long time. So my whole day, he's already ruined it. I had a lot of other things planned today, and he's blew it right out of the water. So everything's been told again, because this is not the first time we've told my attorneys, your attorneys, everybody's attorneys. This is the ambush. They got Texas Rangers going to ambush you at the Hard Rock. They'd have you pulled over, and they get you to the airport and kidnap you. That's what they're trying to do. I said, no, I'm not going with you. So it's a kidnapping, and it's false imprisonment, and it's rape. And you want to profit off of violent crimes against me, and I told you no. I know now. No other victim has this much details. Now, what does it mean that I have it, Charles? Since you know everything, and I have all 9.5 million of your conversations where you're planning a crime against me, you tell us, what does it mean that I have it? Because your other victims don't have it. I have it. Okay? You don't know what it means? 15 years, you don't know what it means? Which one's the aggressor here? Where are you? And where am I? Why are you where I am? Why won't you fuck off and go away? Huh? Why won't you fuck off and go away? Okay? Why must you embarrass yourself and everybody else? Acting the way you act. I will never call you. I will never call you. You going around making problems, I will never call you. The guys are always there for me. Okay? Now, how do you know I'm not in a committed relationship with one of them? He's going to be very good to people who are good to me during all this, and there's going to be some very bad consequences for people who are not. Okay? And for my family, there's nothing I can do for you. There's not a damn thing. I mean, had you called me and told me right from the beginning Charles was here and he's causing problems and he's threatening us and he's harassing us, trying to make us hurt you, I probably could have done something, but at this point, it's out of my hands. Okay? Every contact gets me more, Charles. Every contact, I get more intel, Charles. You know why? I can't stand your contact. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So initially, it was, I can't stand to hear from you. Put your doll down and act like a man. Put your doll down and act like a dude. Okay? Go act like a normal person. Okay? You're not getting help because you do that. Every contact gets me more intel. We're going to ruin you with it. Do you like that? You like helping us? You have names? No, you don't. So I'm going to recap this real quick, and I have other stuff to do. Charles ruined the day already. He's harassed and threatened me nonstop all day long. He hasn't shut up all day. I don't want to hear from him at all. I don't care what he thinks, and I don't want to help him. So he'll threaten me with death, false arrest, murder, kidnapping, and homelessness and destitution, and then ask me for help. Who's leaking? Is it Bob? Is it Al? Is it Sam? You act like you think I want to help you. I do not want to help you. Why would I want to help you? You have a lot of nerve asking me for help after what you've done. I'm going to crush you like a bug. We have the information and the power to do that, sir. Do you not know what it means that we have what we have? Probably not, but that's not my problem. I'm not your attorney. Go ask your attorney. Don't you pay him $500 an hour? I'm broke. I don't help people to make me broke. No one's going to help you if I'm broke. Okay, so the boss was like, in 2020, he's looking for us. He wants to get you fired. Finding out too much about Mike and Lucky. You got them shitting themselves right now. So, I'll talk to him, but I'm not going to fire you. But there's conditions. I don't need to talk to him. He's the one asking to talk to me. I don't need to talk to him at all, ever. I'll talk to him when I arrest him. I have no need to talk to him. So, you can't invade your privacy, can't contact you or your family. He can't be broken, have problems and lost because of him. He has to leave you the fuck alone. Or there won't be a conversation, ever. When I arrest him, he can meet me then. And I'm not asking him to cure cancer, not asking him to climb Mount Everest, not asking him to find life on Mars. Just go be normal, comply with the law, and leave everybody alone. Or I will not talk to you. I'm not wasting my time talking to a crazy man. Okay, you have to act like you understood what I just said. You have to act like you mean business and you're serious. And if you can sit on your fat ass and bother her all the time, you're not going to get my help at all. Okay, I'll ruin you. I can and I will. Watch me. Okay, after that, Mr. Perry thought he had a choice. After that, we got the 114 names. After that, we got the 28 code words. After that, we found out a lot of details about the compounds. And there's just a fuck ton of intel we got after that. Okay, so whatever we got after March 2020. And they can figure that out themselves, being they're all brilliant and shit. So he thought he had a choice, and he just kept going at it and kept going. Another injury, and another injury, and another injury. And the forensic accountants, cha-ching, 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 adding it up in his little, adding machine. Here's how much he's owing you. Here's how much he's owing you. Here's how much he's owing you. Another injuries. Here's what it's costing you. Here's what it's costing you. It's becoming astronomical. What he owes you, what he's cost you. And he just keeps doing it. And he never stops. They plan one thing, they get caught, they start planning the next thing, they get caught, they start planning the next thing, they get caught, they start... I mean, it's just insane, what this guy's doing. And he knows he's under investigation, and he does it anyway. He knows we already have it, and we already know, and he does it anyway. And I mean, that's a special kind of stupid is what that is. Because alternatively, he could have done what we said in March 2020. Leave everybody alone. That's free. Costs no time and no money to leave everybody alone. Show some respect for yourself. Do you just not have any dignity? Did it not occur to you that everybody now act like you for a reason? Are you just not sure? You don't know that you should be embarrassed, because you should be very, very embarrassed by what you've done and what you are. You're the butt of a joke. You've reduced yourself to a butt of a dirty joke in a lot of circles, sir. Okay, so we're getting more and more and more. And then here comes the enticements, and here comes the bribes, and we'll get you a real estate license, and we'll get you a house, and we'll get you this, and we'll get you that. And I'm like, nope. Shove it up your ass, right along with the threats. Okay, I don't owe you anything. This is not going to be a quid pro quo that you think you're doing me a favor here. You're off your nut. They got a forensic accountant telling me how much you owe me and how much they're going to pursue. So, yeah, I don't think so. Nope. And nursing and real estate, not my thing, man. Nope. And your house is a dungeon, a rape dungeon, a house of horrors. So don't tell me you have a house. You and Hitler. Hitler took all the nice things from the Jews and put them in a home, and he fed them, right? Yeah, you're pretty much the same thing. And it's Russian roulette, too. Same as it was for them. They never knew when they were going to get up one day and go out to the yard and do their work, their slave-driven work. These people were business owners. They had very fancy, expensive homes and things and clothes, and all of a sudden, that was just taken from them. And they're put out in a yard, in a shed with lice, and fed maybe once a week, And we don't even know what kind of crap they had to eat. And then they were just shot random. And you're no different. You're no different at all to normal people. You need to see yourself like everybody else sees you. And quit daydreaming. Dumbass. You're so stupid. I can't stand stupid. I literally can't do it. I can't do it. That's just, I can't do it. I can't be around it. And so, I mean, there's been people that have, first of all, there's times when we know they're trying to rope me into saying something that they think they can use to hurt me, and I'll just walk off. I'm just dismissive. And then there's other times when somebody says something that is so asinine that it literally gives me a brain aneurysm and there's blood squirting out my ears from how stupid it is, and I'll just walk off. Not even gonna, I'll just turn around and walk off. I'm not gonna even tell you why I'm doing it. I'm not gonna tell you why I turned around and I just walked off. Okay, I can't talk to you because you're too dumb to understand me if you just said that. So I'm done with you. And I'll just turn around and walk off. I don't want to engage in something that's going to waste my time. Having a conversation with someone who would say something that's stupid, and then I have to explain, and they're not going to understand me anyway. No. So who's the aggressor here? So basically, my boss said, if you want to talk to us, she can't be broke. She does not do broke. And I'm mad that you're making her broke. That's my girl. Okay? You did, she didn't like you. You're not her kind. You don't understand how she thinks. You don't understand what she wants or what's good for her. You just want to, you think she's a piece of trash you're going to use to make money. Right? And I got her the Fabian puzzle in jail, and he flaked out on her. So now she's mine. And you got to deal with me. And by the way, I've read your mail for the last 15 years. And I can use that information, and I have the power to ruin you and crush you like a bug in a court of law. Watch me. And after that, we got a lot more. And just over the past 2 weeks, because you've been so horrible to me, and you've harassed and threatened me so badly, we got Gabaldon, Gonzalez, Nikki, and Gerard's names, Preston Matthews. We got the information about, we think maybe Mike Neely was the intended murder victim, not Chief Miller, but Chief Miller probably tried to intervene. And so after they're yelling at him about it, and then he goes to check the door when there's a noise complaint, and Hotel John comes and knocks on the door, and I bet you as soon as he shut the door, they grabbed him from behind, pulled him in the corner, and that's when they beat him to death right there. But we don't think he was the intended victim. We think that they kind of were surprised he reacted the way he did. And they were surprised the neighbors reacted the way they did. And they sure shit didn't consider that maybe a factor that could happen. They thought when they left the room they'd both be dead. Mike would die of the opioid overdose soon enough. They may have thought he was already dead. I don't know. These weren't the brightest bulbs, these people. Or we wouldn't be having this conversation, would we? So, my boss will not talk to you if I'm broke. And not with my son, and you're peeping and creeping. My boss will not talk to you if I'm broke. If I'm not with my son, and you're peeping. He wants me with my son. That's an assignment, sir. You interfere with my assignments, you're obstructing justice. Okay? Now, what I want to say to my son is none of your business. What he needs to say to me is none of your business, princess. If you didn't do what we said, then what are you worried about it for? If he's not where the guys tell me he's at Presbyterian Hospital in Albuquerque. If he's not, then have my ex-husband, tell my ex-husband kick her out and treat her like shit and intimidate her for us. Tell him, why don't you have your son call her on FaceTime so she can see he's fine? He's got my phone number. All he has to do is pick up the phone and call me and FaceTime me. And Mom, I'm in LAC. And that's that. Issues resolved once and for all. You've had a year to do that. Then you prove me wrong on fact, do you not? And not bullshit and slander and retaliation and intimidation. And what day is my guy going to arrest you, sir? For being a deranged, demented, sick fuck criminal. You think I would want somebody like you? People are distancing themselves from Jeff Epstein for a reason. You think they think you're any different? How are you different? Yep, you're not. So, every contact, every problem, every loss, you need to put your fucking doll down and act like a man. Act like a man. Okay? I'm not a lesbian. I do not like girls. I don't. I like men's men. Okay, how do you if the guys if one of the guys and I are in a committed relationship, Mr. Perry, and you're running around telling people you think you are, you don't think he laughs? You don't think he thinks that's funny? Yeah, you're the butt of a dirty joke is about all you are, or the butt of a joke. I mean, literally, people make fun of you. And that doesn't seem to bother you. There's a reason everyone doesn't act like you. There's a very good reason people don't act like you. And you should have thought of that by yourself. Okay? If you have to kidnap a woman, that is by force. She doesn't like you. She doesn't like you. Move on. Success is moving on. There's nothing more pathetic than a bitch who will not move on.